For today's video, we got some more Fortnite, and in this one I'm going to be sharing with you all some tips that I came across. Now keep in mind, I've only been playing for a couple of days, so these are mostly basic or beginner tips. And starting off with the first tip, I wanted to point out how you can select your gadgets. Whenever you're on this launch screen, go ahead and select your character, and it's going to pull up this screen right here. And you should see the option that says select gadgets, and that's going to allow you to select your gadgets. So as you can see right here, we have the airstrike, the supply drop, as well as the adrenaline rush. And yeah, just wanted to point that out for those who didn't know. Another tip I wanted to point out is that whenever you're at your home base and you have people in your team who are playing with you, you can give permission to those people to build and harvest in your home base. And the way you do that is to go to the Storm Shield. And once you get there, you'll have to access the Storm Shield menu on the computer. And if you look towards the top, you can see Storm Shield as well as permissions. You're going to want to go ahead and select the option that says permissions. And once you do that, it'll give you the option to give whoever's in your team the permission to build and harvest in your home base. And while we're here at the Storm Shield, I'm going to go ahead and point out another tip. If you look towards the very top, you can see an option that says storage. And when you scroll over and select that option, you'll see the items that are in your inventory as well as items that are in your storage. And you'll also be given the option to switch those items around. And if you're wondering how to switch them around, if you look in the bottom right, you'll see the option that says switch panel. So that's how you switch back and forth between the two. And yeah, that's how you use your storage in your home base. Now as for the next tip, and I do plan on uploading some more videos in the future, going more into depth. But for this one, I just wanted to point out how you can build certain types of structures. In this example, we're going to be building one of those radio towers that you find throughout the missions. The first thing I want to point out when it comes to building these is that they show you how to build it. So taking this floor, for example, if you look at that little blueprint, you can see that all 4 squares are highlighted, which means you're going to have to use all 4 squares when you're building the floor. So we really didn't have to do any editing for that one. Now in this next example, we're going to be building a wall, but as you can tell on the blueprint, only 3 of the squares are highlighted out of the total 9 squares. So we're going to select our wall, and then we're going to choose edit. And while we're in edit mode, we're only going to have those 3 squares highlighted, and we're going to take away the other 6. And once you've gotten your wall to match the blueprint, all you have to do is exit the edit mode and then place your wall. And as you can see right here, we do the same thing again, except it's going to be on the other side of the wall. And we selected the 3 squares to match the blueprint. We exited the edit mode, and then we placed down our wall. As you can see in this next example, all squares are highlighted. So again, just select the wall option, go to edit mode, and make sure all of the squares are highlighted to match the blueprint. Then exit edit mode and place down your wall. As you can see for this one, all we had to do was highlight the top 3 as well as the 2 outside in the middle, and we were able to build that little archway. Now in my opinion, the hardest one to probably build correctly are the stairs, and the best way I can explain it is if you look at the blueprint, you can see like an arrow going up and then to the left and then down. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to select stairs, then go to edit mode, and once we're in edit mode, we're going to hold down the trigger and move it in the same direction as that arrow. And when you're holding down the trigger, you're going to want to look down at the floor that's directly beneath the stairs. And again, you're going to want to move it in the same path that you see the arrow in the blueprint. So in this example, you can see the arrow starts in the bottom right, it goes up, then it goes left, and then it goes down on the left side. So again, we're going to look at the floor that's beneath the stairs, hold down the trigger, and move it in the same exact location as the arrow. We're going to start in the bottom right, move it up. Once we get to the top, we're going to move over to the left, and then we're going to move it down, and then we're going to let go of the trigger and then exit the edit mode and place our stairs. And I believe the rest of these are just more walls and more floors. So yeah, that's pretty much the basics when it comes to building in Fortnite. I apologize if that sounded confusing, but I think that's the best way I can explain it. Alright, so the next thing I wanted to quickly point out is how you can change your weapons. You can't do it from the home screen. I believe you have to either be at your home base or in a mission, but all you have to do is just pull up your menu, and I pulled up my menu by pressing the select button, and then go to your inventory, select the weapon that you want to equip, And once you have that weapon selected, it's going to go down to your current weapons that are equipped, and it's going to give you the option to switch them out. So again, just go to your inventory, select the weapon you want to equip, and then switch it out with one of the weapons that you have currently equipped. So that's how you switch weapons in Fortnite. Another thing I wanted to show you was how to do emotes. If you press the down arrow, it's going to pull up the screen right here, where it gives you the option to do team chats, where you can say certain things to your teammates. You also have notes, which is another easy way to quickly say something to your teammates. And don't forget, you can also chat to your teammates by using the option that's in the bottom left, or you can chat to everybody who's on your server. But the thing I wanted to point out was the emotes. And again, just press the down arrow, it's going to pull up that screen, and then select the emote option using your right thumbstick, and from there you can just select whichever emote you want to use. So that's how you use emotes in Fortnite. The next thing I wanted to go over was grenades. Now if you want just a normal grenade, you're gonna have to play as the soldier, and if you don't have it unlocked already, then you'll have to level up your soldier class until you reach the second evolution, and I'll explain how I evolved a little bit later. But I believe some soldiers come with a grenade, and other ones you're gonna have to evolve and unlock the grenade. And other classes have similar items as grenades. I believe the ninja class has throwing stars. I believe the constructor class has like some type of plasma thing. But if you want to use the regular grenade, you're gonna have to play as the soldier. And again, if it's unlocked already, you'll see the option in the bottom right. But if it's not unlocked, you're probably gonna have to upgrade your soldier and then evolve. And once you evolve your soldier, you should be given the grenade option. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out for those who didn't know, who was wondering how to use grenades. That's how you use it. Next thing I wanted to point out was how you can heal yourself. Now keep in mind, I'm only at a rank 16 at the moment, so there may be other ways in the future, but up to this point I only know of 2 different ways that you can heal yourself. One is the Adrenaline Rush gadget, which you can select on the launch screen. And before you're given the option to select that gadget, you will have to unlock it in the skills menu, which you can see right there. Once you've unlocked it, you'll be able to select it on the launch screen. So that's one way you can heal yourself as well as your teammates. Another way is by using healing pads, and those are going to be located under traps. And obviously, for those who don't know, in order to use traps, you have to first build a floor, and you'll also have to have the healing pad, whether you crafted it yourself from a schematic or whether you get it by looting. You'll have to make sure that you do have a healing pad, and after that all you have to do is just place the healing pad down on the floor that you built. So yeah, as of right now, the only 2 ways that I know of are to either use your Adrenaline Rush gadget or to set down a healing pad. Now another quick tip I wanted to share with you all is that if you're playing as the ninja and you have enough stamina, you can do a double jump. But if you're playing as any other class, you don't have that option. So another thing I wanted to point out is that you can do a double jump if you see tires nearby. Basically all you have to do is jump on the tires and then jump in the direction that you want to go. So yeah, if you're playing as a ninja, you automatically have a double jump. But if you're playing as another class, you can use these tires to help you get in places you otherwise wouldn't be able to get to. Now as for the 10th tip, I wanted to point out how you can easily find medical records or radios. Once you start doing missions, you'll notice that a lot of the quests require you to find a certain number of radios or medical records. And an easy way to complete this task is as soon as you enter the mission, go ahead and try to explore as much of the map as you can. And once you've explored all areas, you'll see these little yellow exclamation points throughout the map. And for those who don't know, in order to pull up your map, you have to press up on the D-pad, press the up arrow, and it'll pull up your map. And from there, all you have to do is just run around until you explore the entire map. And as you explore more and more areas, you'll see these little yellow exclamation points pop up. And obviously from there, all you have to do is just go to those exclamation points, and it'll provide you with those radios or medical records or whatever it is you have to look for. So that's pretty much the approach I used when it comes to finding those items. And I know I've done 10 tips already, but I did want to quickly go over how to evolve for those who don't know. The first thing you're going to have to do is upgrade your hero until you reach a rank 10. Once you do that, you'll see the option in the bottom right that says evolve, but it won't let you evolve right away. Instead, what you're going to have to do is go to your skills screen, and then unlock the skill that allows you to evolve your hero. Another thing you'll need are these training manuals, which you can see right here, and I got this one after ranking up my collections level. And yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to leveling up and evolving your character. But yeah, that sums up the 10 tips I wanted to share with you all for today. Again, as of right now, I'm only a level 16, so if I come across any more tips, I'll be sure to let y'all know in a future video. Also, if you all have any tips in regards to Fortnite, be sure to leave them in the comments below. Anyways, that'll do it for this one. If you enjoyed it or found it useful, don't forget to do what you do. I'm A1. Thanks for watching.